Yeah, hey, ha, Reese, nigga, the best, the worst, the conscious, nigga, California, turn, yeah, at the studios. The liquor got me twisted off a full glass. Y'all niggas better listen to money talk, cause right now my thoughts cash. I will off the ash dead these niggas. I'm just trying to add yeast to make my bread grow, nigga. From the bottom of the barrel where these niggas picture yay and slang overweight sacks to these fiends who ain't ate. If you don't rap close to great, you just okay. You could get ate on my planet by my apes today. It's no escape from Alcatraz, sharks in the bay. Y'all some marks, you could become a target today. Plus I'm drinking like a bottle a day. You hear the truth now, so all rise, cause the king is in the booth now. Shooting off the roof, you catching bullets like they first down. I ain't scared to pull it, if you pull it, we can get down. Now the secret is, y'all niggas secretive. A lot of back and forth talking, I've been sitting deep in shit. Counterfeit niggas getting rich, I just miss a flick. Smoke an eighth, drink a full fifth, and full live. With that comes the need to be full rich. Most niggas is dead weight, so I carry them like a deadlift. And start dropping niggas and leaving them how I shed shit. They snakes in the grass, got their eyes on your cash grip. Watch who you grind with. Artists watch who you sign with and get trapped in a box with a million other artists. And I'm the hardest. So I change up shit. I hit niggas like this.
Wanted to make it, so I made it. Wanna do it, so I did it. So I did it. Wanted to get it, so I got it. Now I got it.
I'm one in a million. I think it's beyond skill. Welcome to my life. I won't meet you with no ice grill. The days is short. I take advantage of life thrills. Understand my stance. I'm ready to handle what life deals. I need a car that when you see it, you be like, yeah. But ask me how I'm doing. I'ma tell you life's good. You can make it too. We came about the same hood. Now you see me out like, hey, look, it's a closed book. Most chances is chances, so we take them. Fake them till we make them. Dreams easily taken. Extreme levels of bacon. You know my steez. Walk on water, set the track on fire, blaze some trees, so you amazed when you look at me. Go crazy when you hear me speak. You hearing this on purpose from the studio, I made it leak. Many times with beef, these niggas baited me. Behind my back, they hated me, but in my face, it's all peace. It's amazing, G, run with your niggas faithfully. They turn their back on you and you make cheese. That's brain ease. Grew up with the same G's. Just bigger faces like the stack in my new G's. No hoop dreams. Now it's Drew's cars and houses on my radar. Beyond the star, I'm a quasar with life scars. Through the radio, you hearing California talking. K-Dot, R-Dot, official niggas roll out. Red carpet roll out. Now I'm all around stars. My eyes redder than Mars, cause I puff hard. Now think I was just like you, till Reese went and made his dreams come true.
I've been stressed the last month. I feel like I'm good, but I've been feeling it when I'm out sometimes. It's probably because we've got a lot going on at home and we haven't had the plumbing and we finally got that figured out. But when you're dealing with insurance and all these agents and these plumbers and sewage, it just adds unnecessary stress. Okay. And then I've been testing out the diamond stuff for, the last 6 weeks or so in my market. And it's been crap. I've been making less money, right? And money isn't everything, but money is important. It's why we work, right? So I've been stressed, and it's DoorDash, and last 2 days, today even I did Instacart. It's been pretty good. A little more Uber. So I've been telling myself, like, why do I give these apps that much time and energy? Is it to make YouTube content? I don't know. I like making YouTube content. I make money off it. You guys seem to enjoy it. You guys come to the channel to get information, relatability, entertainment. So I'm still going to do that. But I'm kind of over DoorDash, man. I know it's in my middle name. I'm grateful for the opportunities. I'm grateful to have an app you turn on. It's good, it's bad. You take it as. Instacart's good, Uber's good. It's all relative, right? But also with me having a channel and then doing DoorDash and working Monday through Friday, and I'm working less than I ever have on the apps, and I'm good with that. I think that should be celebrated. I know some people are like, oh, you don't even drive anymore. Thank you for saying that, because we figured other things out, and that's what this channel's about, right? But like, even in this space, you know, we make these videos, right? And everybody has an opinion on this. And some people say it's facts and we have this, and we make these videos, they go back and forth, and this content creator is doing this and this one's doing this, and this one wants to prove this one right and this one wrong. And it's like, it's so silly and it's unnecessary, right? And I'm guilty of that. But it's mostly with DoorDash. You don't see this with the other apps. You don't see people, you know, it's DoorDash, man. That's the big bad one. It's that ex-girlfriend, like I talk about, that you just keep going back to, even though she treats you like crap. Why do you go back? Why go back, right? And I've been going back to her because she's pretty. She sometimes makes me feel good, but then I always feel shameful afterwards. It's like, what am I doing? I'm picking up these orders. I'm delivering these miserable clowns. Why? Like, why am I doing this? You know, why? So I'm going to take a DoorDash break. I'm quitting. This isn't clickbait. This isn't, you know, I'm not one of these content creators who's going to be like, oh, I'm gone, then I'm back, and then I'm gone, then I'm back, and
I just want to make sure I get all my vocal projection out for you guys. I just want to make sure I get all of my vocal projection out for you guys. You heard him say a few things, right? All right. I understand when it comes to when you move into a home, the home improvement thing. I was one of the people that was having the contractors get out there to do this. They have to get this redone. They have to get the permits down. They got to go back to the city, get them approved, all of that other stuff. I understand that's a process and that's what has to be done. But check this out. He's dealing with people that are independent contractors. And that's what has to be done. Coincidentally, he's an independent contractor. I told you guys, when you have to deal with the real life, other things are going to happen. And you should make the business that you are in more simpler by understanding the practices and the procedures and everything that goes in. All right. He could be going through stress like that. But if you guys do not, in case you forgot, he was also one of the people that said he got deactivated and he was quitting DoorDash months and months ago. I have lives when I went over that back then. So yes, he said, I'm not going to be one of the people that say that I'm going to quit DoorDash and then come back. He's already done that this year. And me being the news channel, I already have lives on that, which it is documented. So that's a lie right there. He is one of those. I'm not doing it for clickbait. People putting the clickbait out there to tell you he's not doing it for the clickbait. Obviously, more people are going to watch it because they really want to know what's going on with Pedro. Then he threw in one last time about the clowns. And then he said you might see some content creators that say they have the facts. Now, yes, buddy, we have the hot facts. We got the hot facts so much that we have people that come from outer state to come to other states to try out and practice the diamond program in other places so that they can get a case study better for everyone out there. They have done that and they have all said that they have made more money. You are the only person that has said you have not made more money. And I think that's hilarious. You also put up a short the other day when someone said that it wasn't a short, it was a comment in one of your shorts. And someone wrote you and said that they're making more money. I read my comments here live on the air. I have done that many of times. That doesn't mean anything. That means that someone really was like, you know what? Bam, bam, bam. I got to throw Big John McCallion out there. He put up a short or a community post and it said $8.80 was what the base pay was or something. But he ended up getting, I think it was something, but he ended up getting paid like $80, right? But he put the hashtag up there, bottom dasher. So I had to leave him a comment because this is what some people may have done, Pedro. You may have had some people run themselves all the way down to where when they are going to get a really failing grade to where people just are throwing orders away and they don't even know what it is. He lucked up on one. My comment to him was, how many times does that happen to you? How many times have we seen him put up a post when the base pay is that and he gets that much money and he puts bottom dasher? He is irrelevant. Which makes him irrelevant is because we have had two guys from other states come into this state, capitalize on the Prop 22, drive the same platform that he is doing, and they all achieved bigger and better orders than that the whole time they have been here, which makes what he says not true. That's one of the people that watches over there. Big John McCalian has donated $50 at a time, $100 at a time in the super chats, people. It's true. Now, if he wants to say it's not, we all know that when you go onto your online wallet, you can actually go up and it'll show you your Google and it'll say what you paid for it for. He can prove that. I have seen him do it live, giving the money and saying pay it forward after the end. Now, I will tell you this. He said a few things that HotFacts has already said in my videos and in my lives in this thing. Now, he went ahead and did a mental health thing, right? Mental awareness thing, right? This isn't the first time he has done something with mental awareness in it to gain some more views. He had one that had me in there when Bud Soda spilled some things. He dropped it in a few times after that, and then he just did another mental health thing. Then he was on my live for about 30 something minutes, and he was like, I don't understand what's going on, but you do understand. The facts that we are bringing out, people are coming to this state. We are bringing you all the information from the companies themselves so that can't no one run from what's happening. Put up the video about adapting to the change so you guys can see that this was already talked about months ago and you guys are still fighting. You got the last grip of your fight here. The Almighty right now says that he is so stressed out. Is he doing the gig work just for content? And then he says, people say you're not driving that much anymore. And guess what his reply was in that first segment of this video? Well, thank you. I hope you're learning. You know what that means, people? He gaining some money out there and he's doing his thing, but he's taking a hiatus. Could it be that the hiatus, remember how I said that the media gets a hold? The media has done ride-alongs with drivers. We document the stealing of the food. They're on TikTok and everything else every single day. Could it be that you are the spokesperson of all of this going on? So you got to take a back seat. Take a break. Also, you got to take a back seat and a break because you are doing the Diamond program, and to fully understand it, you don't want to do content. You want to go ahead, do that, master it, then put out content after the 31st of January so that you have relevant content. Because of now, how everyone's getting their ratings and up and all that other stuff, you can still fight and everything, but the more people are going on to seeing that, hey, we're making more money. You are the only person that has said that they have made less money, especially from the people that have content on YouTube. Rideshare Hustler has 10,000 subs. You already know about Richard and Sin City. You said that he is the truth and he can go on your show at any time. So if these guys, then we get other people coming out here, and I have people all over the place documenting everything, and other people are saying, man, Diamond program is working for me. How is every single person saying it's working better for them? They're seeing better orders, but you, the person that says you know how to work everything, how is it that you are not seeing any orders? Is that propaganda? What is it? I think so. So don't sit up here and try to tell these people, and I am the news channel. This is the news. Don't sit up here and tell these people that you're not doing this thing as clickbait and I'm going to leave and come back. That's not what I do. Maybe I want to start switching up content. People, what did I tell you guys? Why do I have so much content here? I did a live on the air the other day. I told you guys, and I'm on the air. I said, watch when I do this live. I said, watch me do a short right now. I said, I'm going to do a short right now. I said, it doesn't have to be about the gig world. I said, watch me do a short right now. Let me show you. All right. Okay. That short that I did about the truckers thing. Okay. 3,500 views. Okay. That was when I did it live on the air that same day. Actually, no, that was the trucker one got 2,000. The other one got 3,500, and How Safe Are Your Kids, when I dropped off my son, got 1.2K. All three of those shorts came in the same day. Okay. All 3 of those shorts came in the same day. They had nothing to do with the gig world, except that one of them, I was doing a drop off and I had to deal with the trucks. So it was a delivery driver problem that necessarily didn't have to do with the gig world. So it goes outside the gig world. You got to understand how to think outside the box to get more views out there. And the frustration is this. I can't keep putting out the content like this because I have to admit, I did not tell him. I asked him live on my show. I said, why did you not castrate me? You have the floor. Why did you not do it? People, he could have said live on camera right then and there that Hot Facts is not the news channel. You know why he did not say that? Because he respects it. So this is a play. He did his mental thing, the mental health, the mental awareness after all that, then saying that we have this mental stuff. And now he's saying he has to take a break because of mental awareness, people. This is like a self-sabbatical. And it's all for play. It's all for play, people. Bet on yourself. It is all for play, people. I'm telling you, it's all for play. He has said this before. I know DoorDash is in my name. He said, remember when he said on his live and he had people like vote in what should his name be, because he's going to change his name because he's going to redo the content of his channel. Remember that, people? He asked what should his name be, and I said way back then, I said you should just call it Mr. Bet on UTV. He had the chance way back then to take the DoorDash out of his name, already have it branded for that's what it is, Mr. Bet on UTV. So now he can go ahead and put out other content on his own thing. So he ain't got to be going crazy on the mic. And you guys are like, man, well, we think you go crazy. I'm not going crazy. You know, when you read the book and it's got capital words and letters there, and you have to know what the punctuations are and all that other stuff. That's how I speak. I speak how you're supposed to read it. So yes, there's a lot in it. It's coming from here. Yes, I feel every single last bit of it. That's how it's supposed to be. We got this dude talking about he's about to take another hiatus. His last hiatus only lasted like 3 days. So I don't know how long this one's going to last. Okay. I'm just letting you know the last time he said he's taking a break from DoorDash and the gig thing, it took like 3 days. And that was during the time when he was moving into the place. He took a couple of days off because obviously you got to do connections. He was still doing some ride-alongs and doing some things. He was eating lunch with the people and everything else like that. That's when you would see Pedro eating lunch with everyone. That was when they were moving into the home. That's when he took the biggest break. It was like for 3 days. And that's when he says he has to take a break from DoorDash and everything else like that. Same thing he said then. Came back. He was one of the people that said, oh, I'm getting deactivated. Remember when like 8 people put up titles about them getting deactivated? And I'm like, man, how are all you guys getting deactivated and you guys are putting up all the content for that realm? That don't make sense. But they all seemingly got deactivated somehow. They all got deactivated. The very last thing they tried to do to have some content that's relevant, let's bring up fake subs. Pedro said it in his own live. I don't care what no one says. Roy, someone bought your subs, and he went down the whole list and said, I don't care what you guys say, someone bought your subs. The minute Hot Facts does a review of that and puts everything together, I'm an evil guy. But he said it on his show first. And I didn't say it. I broke down who the real culprit is because I already know how it happened from talking to the people who came out and disclosed themselves. Cherry Pig had the names of their channels and their email addresses while he was going through, and he probably could have done this many pages at one time, and that's what he did. They thought that was going to be something, but once I came out and I was like, nope, Roy, Bobby, and everybody else, they are all clear. There's no more content right there for me to go in at them because I refuse to. So all of that's dead. All of that's dead. I'm not going to talk about it. There's only one person, and he knows who he is. I saw what role he was trying to play. He brought you in, The weather started getting rough. The tiny ship was tossed. Gilligan's Island. Yes. Yes. I now have been doing Diamond Program, which is what he said, and he's going to take some time off. You know why, people? He's going to go out and try to master the Diamond Program to have content for everyone coming out for the brand new year. This is all a ploy and a plot, and he's putting it out here. He said, and he used the miserable human beings after they tried to change the names and all this other stuff, and they can't continue to do that, which is why we're going to get into DoorDash Tips Van also, because I have to make a comment about one of his shorts, and people are putting too much blame on the customers, and I think it's time for you guys to just get put on Front Street. And since he right now is dealing with independent contractors at his house, he understands you got to do certain things to make certain things go right. It's business. But he don't want to teach you guys that. But Hot Facts will bring you all the hot news. Let's continue with this right here. Ain't no half stepping over here, in the words of TFT.
Then I'm gone and I'm back and I'm going to stop, but I'm not going to stop. Like, no, I'm not. I'll never do that for clicks and views or for attention. But I'm not doing DoorDash this week. I'm not doing DoorDash next week. I'll be on vacation in Virginia. I was going to dash along the way. I'm not going to give DoorDash my time and energy in that regard. They don't deserve it, quite frankly. I'm going to let other people that want to make money on DoorDash, they can have the orders and have a good or bad experience. I'm probably not going to do DoorDash for the rest of the year. I'm going to continue to learn Instacart in my market a little bit. Been doing okay the last couple of days. I always have rideshare. I make more money with rideshare, guys, if I did that and mixing in some Ubers, and I'll make more money doing that. So I have to stop myself from trying to prove things in these programs and DoorDash and showing you guys this stuff, because I'm not going to make good money if I do that with just DoorDash. And while I know I make money doing other things, I still don't, I want to be my true self and my genuine self for you guys. And I don't want to make videos just to prove a point or when I know what the end result's going to be. Cherry picking is the way to go. And having multiple apps is the way you're going to make more money. Anybody that tells you different doesn't know what they're talking about. That's the way to be most profitable. So the games are over. I've done what I can do. DoorDash is DoorDash. A lot of people are going away from it and trying Spark and this and Shipt or Uber or rideshare or other ways to make money. And I recommend that. Am I going to deactivate my account and never do DoorDash again? No, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm quitting for a little while. I don't want to give it my energy. It hasn't been good for me. We've made some good videos. You guys got some good laughs. I'm going to talk about DoorDash and I'll report on certain things, and I'll, that's still valid, right? Because I understand DoorDash. I really do. Things are going to happen and change. In 2023, like I said, I think a lot of these programs are going to even continue to evolve. I'll start doing a little DoorDash then to test some things out and see what it's like. But for the rest of the year, I'm good. I'm going to do some Instacart because I think the money will be there. And I'm going to do rideshare because I know people got to go places. If the weather's not going to be good in St. Louis, it'll get cold. People that might usually wait on the bus or do this are going to maybe take a Uber to work. I know this about St. Louis. The money's going to be doing that.
All I got to say is one thing. He keeps saying over and over again, if anyone tells you to just use one app and don't use another app, they're telling you, wrong. Every single one of us have multiple apps. So that statement was for the cows. The cows can continue to eat that grass. What's up, James Gipe? I see you right there. Thumbs up. Check this out. Man. He said something that was very disturbing to me. He's going to be going to Virginia, where it's a supermarket. It's a supermarket in Virginia. Dash Bandicoot used to record the conversations when he was eating with Nova Dasher. That's how Nova Dasher didn't know what the hell I knew what I was talking about. He's eating lunch with the guy that talks to me on the phone every single day, and he just has the phone on so I can hear everything. That market up there is very rich. Everyone that has been doing traveling has said that, man, I'm going to get out there and show you guys some things. Why would he get up there to Virginia, to where the market is different from where he is, and it's a great market? Why would he not do any content? Now, he said he will be doing some reporting. Okay. He said, I will be doing some reporting. What does reporting mean, people? I'm going to go do orders while I am there, and I'm going to report on the orders that I get while I am there. Remember when I told you guys that I'm not going to be doing ride-alongs like that? I am just going to be focusing on specific orders to bring you guys information. Doesn't that go along the same fields of working smarter, not harder? Doesn't that go along with the exact same thing that I'm doing? And he's been doing this for a while. How come it took him so long to realize that, you know what? Man, I should have stopped. He has so much going on. He has so much going on that he has to put on a theatrical video to have people try to give him flowers like, Pedro, don't go. It's the news channel. I have to document this. For those of you who are saying, so why are you talking about it? I am the official news channel. Why would the official news channel not talk about the guy who was supposed to be the biggest guy in the gig world? Wouldn't that be the biggest gig news if this guy is like supposed to be Leonardo DiCaprio? If Leonardo DiCaprio says, I'm not going to act anymore, isn't Hollywood going to report that when there's an official news station that's dedicated to that on top of everything else? That should answer your question right there. I am the news channel. That's why. But since I am the news channel and I have a history with the gentleman here, I get a chance to look at the news, look at what he's doing, and then compare it to our own personal notes going back in history. I can compare those to where I have a different opinion and a different view than what most people have, which gives my point of view for my news channel a little bit different and something special. That's why it's called Hot Facts. Okay? That's why it's called Hot Facts. Now, you keep saying that you can't survive on the base pay of $225. I have gone on record 1,000 times and I said, I don't care if you take the base pay away. You can put the base pay at 0 and you'll still make money. You can put the base pay at 0 and you can still make money. It's like working a straight commission job. Have you ever had to work a straight commission job to where you have to really do your business to have someone say yes and sign and then you get paid? Have you ever had to do that at any time in your life? Then after they sign up, you got to wait 30 days after that until you get paid because it has to clear. Have you ever had to deal with any of that? If your answer is no, you don't know what I'm talking about. This is why I teach other things on my channel, because it's not just DoorDash. And why do you guys just keep, and I have said this, and Pedro said this in his video, it seems that it's all DoorDash. Everyone's talking about DoorDash. The other apps, they aren't talking about this. People, I say this all the time. I say, you guys just talk about DoorDash. I said, how come? And I name the apps. He's saying it out of his mouth also. I tell you guys why I don't work with DoorDash anymore. I tell you guys why. And I say it all the time. And I don't. And because I don't, I'm happier. But you guys are always angry. And you guys still do. So you got your leader saying that he's going to take a step back. Now let's see how many people say, yeah, I'm going to take a step back from DoorDash too, just to say it. It don't make no sense, man. Don't make no sense. I've been telling you guys this. What is the right app for you? I broke it all the way down in the previous live. We got construction workers that get, they have no work. but they still got to pay for that truck, right? So what can they do? Let's go do some curry and that stuff and go pick up lumber and paint and go drop off 2 construction sites. So it's still like I'm in the same realm, but I know that I could use my truck for that. Why do I want to just do food the whole time? Why is everyone just doing food? I've always talked about this. I say it all the time. Why is it that your biggest guy is going to now say the stuff that I bring out on the news at the end of the year? Remember when I told you guys that at the end of January, that's when they're going to start dwindling down the program to where it's going to be diamond, and then they're going to do it like this, and they are all running concurrently right now until that time. Why did he say, I'm going to stop doing it for at least the rest of this year? You know why? Because for the rest of this year and going in forward, while he is trying to master the program, he's going to get a whole month when they dwindle it out to get a little bit more content there to bring back for you guys. It's a game plan. It's a game plan. And he realizes that, dang, I'm glad HotFacts was not in like 8 months before he came in. I would have had to try to do this like five months ago. Yeah, people. Well, there ain't been no news channel that's really looking into all of this stuff and showing what's the right and what's the wrong on the ins and outs of the business, the drivers, the merchants, or anything. This has not been before in this economy until I stepped in, which is why I ruffled a whole bunch of feathers. Who does this guy think he is to go ahead and do this? Well, I've been doing it before you, so that's one reason why I can. And another reason, it's freedom of speech, freedom of press. I can go film and document the same as anyone else. How come in my documentaries I'm showing things that TFT, do your thing? You already know what time it is. People, I've been doing this for a long time. Yeah, TFT, I know you got to talk. Been doing this for a long time. Been doing it for a long time. That's what gives me the right to speak about. That's what gives me the right to go on all these other channels before you guys shut me off. This is what, like, I'm serious. The gig world got me the right to have some views to where I can go into other channels and I can appear on their StreamYards on different communities and go speak about other things about life. The gig world has done that for me also. It's done that for me. Before I even decided to do a video, I wasn't going on people's anything on YouTube. I was just watching NBA and sports stuff and animals. I never thought to go on lives and go and get on people's stuff. Then I start seeing stuff. And because I started doing the videos in the gig world, that showed me a whole lot of other things on YouTube, which allowed me to say, oh, I can go on there and click on that and talk with that stuff. You don't got to take a hiatus. You can see everything that's happening and adapt as it goes along. So I'm just telling you guys, everything that was said, he's done before. Now, when he comes back with this other content, it's going to be like a world premiere. Pedro's back. He's going to get these views, all this other stuff. Also, what could have happened is, when I put out there publicly, when I reported the news that he was on the show, and, you know, he publicly said that someone bought Roy subs and all this other stuff. But when I broke down his boy Cannibals, he had no defense for him. When the talk with him doing all the bad stuff, he had no defense for him. And I said that that's a conversation that they have to have by themselves on why they're not backing each other up. Maybe that's a mental stress also. Maybe that plays in it. We don't know. I'm just the news. But I'm just saying. I want to listen to a little bit more of this. I really don't want to. But, you know, when someone talks about mental health and then they always get on here and they do something crazy, you know, if I get on here and I speak super freely from the heart and emotional, people are like, you're losing your shit. I'm not losing it. It's so fiery. It's controlled, but I'm ready to burst, but it's still controlled. This dude gets on here. He blows up on people. He calls people the worst things. And there's a comment. I want to get to this right now while I'm on Pedro because it has to do with him and Van at the same time. Okay, I'm gonna get to this comment right now. Let me see. All right, so the video with Van, Dustin Pierce, he says, so now you're calling names because at the end of my video, I said bozo. And I'm like, wow. I'm calling names for calling someone a bozo. If someone can say, take a bus bozo, make a sandwich bozo, all of those things with bozo, and we are dealing with the customers, and the customers don't know they're being called bozos, is that person not calling all of those people names? I have been saying this from the day I stepped in here, man, which means you just start watching Hot Facts. Go catch up. I'm not calling names. I am actually using the verbiage that they use towards the people that pay their bills. I'm using it towards the person who is creating that for those people. That's what I'm doing. So I'm not calling names. I'm not calling names. They are calling names. Miserable human beings, terrible people, scum, bozos, all of that is the same. The one person that says something against that, you guys castrate. But everyone else can do that for the people that you are asking for tips from. Now, if every single person knew that you are calling them a bozo when you drive off, do you think that they would really give you that money? Do you think that? Just be honest. Do you think that? Do you think these people would really give you that tip if they knew that you called them a bozo when you drove off, not knowing that they're just getting ready to tip you on the app, but you called them a bozo? Don't you think that if they knew you called them a bozo before they went to their card, do you think they're going to give you that money? No, they're not. So I speak up for all those people. Don't call them bozos. And if you think I'm calling names, I'm going to continue to call names. And I'm going to use the same verbiage that they use. And if they can use the same verbiage, how come I can't use it? Let's talk about that. How come I can't use the verbiage? How come they can use the verbiage? I guarantee if I start talking bad about people, you all would be so happy and make all these videos about me. I guarantee. I guarantee it happens. But that'll never happen. So all you guys can be bandwagon runners, bandwagon jumpers, listen to all this crap. You got the people that cannot look. They don't have enough firepower to keep bashing people. The only person they have is Van, DoorDash Tips, who has also been deactivated a few times. He is the person that continues to use bozo and everything on every platform that he does. He's the only content creator in the gig world that has 5 YouTube channels. He also has like 2 or 3 on all the other platforms also. But across all the platforms, when it comes down to the gig world, he bashes the people all across and bozos and make a sandwich and all that. That's all part of what he does. Now, Pedro is the man that starts that stuff. Van, DoorDash Tips, he's the one that really goes out there and fights what makes it real relevant for the people that actually want to watch that stuff. But these days are running out too, because at some point you are going to have to respect the consumer. You are going to have to respect the consumer. If you cannot respect the consumer, then what? What do you have? What do you have? Let's listen more to this bozo right here, since it's controversy.
My acceptance rate is so high right now, but I still see crap. I don't want to play the games with DoorDash. I don't want to give them my energy. I'm a 41-year-old man. It's not worth it to me. And I don't want to do it just for you guys to watch videos because you like it. I can give you guys other videos. We could talk about DoorDash still. It doesn't mean I have to walk into these places, pick up these orders, and deal with these miserable clowns. I'm miserable enough. I don't need to be miserable with DoorDash. Okay? That's just me being honest and 100% real with y'all. And I'm not one of these creators that's going to come on here and say, I quit DoorDash. I'm gonna stop doing DoorDash videos, and then 2 weeks later they're doing DoorDash videos. Or I'm back. This space needs me, I'm back, and then they don't do anything. Like, YouTube is a funny place. It's a really funny place. I love it. It's entertainment. I want y'all to remember that.
I just want you guys to know that the reference he just did when he said, YouTube needs me and I'm back and nothing happens, that was a reference toward the gig econ Don. So he threw a shot at the gig econ Don. This is the news channel, people. We will break that down. So he just threw a shot at the gig econ Don about coming back and not doing anything. That's where that shot was. That's who that shot was directed to. In case you guys don't know, let's go ahead and listen. Cruising Dasher said, come on, Robert, who gets take a poll? Who gets tips after the delivery? Okay, you are on Hot Facts. If you have ever heard the term tip alert, you know what that is. We get those after. When I show you guys my stuff on video, they're coming in after. So whenever you say who gets it, remember we are dealing with stats. If 1 gets it, 10 gets it. If 10 gets it, 100 gets it. And it goes so on and so on. That's why I continuously prove and show. And I am not the only person. TFT shows me all the time and I show his stuff. It's not my fault you guys don't watch it. We put this stuff up there. It's not my fault you guys don't believe. Maybe you should work another app and do other things, and maybe you should make your business get better. I'm not telling people to not take things. I'm telling people that the ones that you take, make sure your business is rock solid so that you can make the most you can make per delivery. That's what you guys don't understand. I'm talking about how you handle your business, the way you pull up when you walk in there, the way you handle the staff, the way you check in, the way you make sure that they give you thumbs up so that you are on the list for them when they know that, hey, we want this driver to come on in. Lunchbox and Novodyne, they put that out there. The merchants have that ability, people. Don't be fooled. I've done a live on it and broke the whole thing down. How you handle the merchants. Better Be Cafe today, mom and the son inside there. I'm actually going to put up the video, and because my video is titled, how do your merchants greet you when you walk in? You're going to see how excited they are when they greet me and everything. I'm going to show the clip. I'm going to show the clip and put it up, and it's going out on my videos. And it's titled, how do your merchants greet you? And this is what I'm trying to teach people. You can go in there and bam, as long as you're doing it right, they greet you like that, everything is good. You get your orders, you're in and out. All these other issues don't happen with me because of how you handle your business. And when you handle your business right, you will make more. And if you guys don't get that, that's maybe why you have never been a real entrepreneur. You have never worked a straight commission job. You have no one's ever told you, hey, it's 100 houses right here. You got a box of candy bars. If you come back with the empty box, I'm going to give you an extra $100. I'm giving you $50 right now. However fast you can hit these 100 houses and sell all of these, I'm going to give you an extra $100. You've probably never had that happen to you, period. Me and my brother used to go sell these giant cookies for Brother Bloomfield in Compton. Go door to door and selling cookies just to get a sack of change and a few dollars in there. What y'all know about that? What y'all know about that? Selling cookies at 8, 9 years old, walking down the street selling cookies. Not getting paid until you sell your whole big old thing. None of you guys know about that. So until you understand how you really are supposed to do, if someone's going to get paid extra and they have to get someone to sign and do something and do all this other stuff, that customer has got to get the full treatment of the business. And if not, you are going to be like everyone else that can't do it right. And if you don't agree with that, then oh well. But we are talking about real business practices that go across every single business level, not just one. So this is where a lot of people just get misconstrued and they just don't get it right. They just don't get it right. You get people like this that get up here and do videos and they get famous off their videos. Never was known in their hometown for doing anything. Never was friendly in the grocery stores or anything until he started doing gig world. And now he's having all these issues because he's the one person in the gig world, people. I've only been here for under a year. He's the only person in the gig world that has had a beef, and he has gotten into it with just about everyone. Where he goes on a rant about each and every single one. And then he takes a few days off and then comes back. He is the only single person. Now that he did this video, Hannibal puts up a video that says that, more finance still has not addressed anything. Remember when I told you guys that until he does it, I don't care. I'm not going to make any comments about the dude or anything. That's what I've done. Why is Hannibal now bringing up the same thing that he said about the dude? You know why? Because Pedro said he's taking a step back. So now the leader of the content that we cherry pick off of is gone. So what do we do now? Well, now they got to figure out what they got to do. He's pretty much telling you guys to make your own content, because when I come back, my content is going to be mine. That's what he's telling you guys. And he's working on a diamond program in Virginia while he's doing that, and he's going to lie to you guys about that. But that's what he's going to be doing. Let's go back into this before we get into Van DoorDash tips.
For that, it's entertainment first. We went live today. The live I got in a spot and I was going to do it, and it kind of crashed, so I had to end it. So if you were in the live, we had a good time. Appreciate you. The vibes were high. Go check out the replay. We did Instacart shopping today. It was fun. We made good money, and I continue to do it even after the live. But I just wanted to come down here and y'all, the DoorDash, you're going to see less DoorDash content on this channel. You're really going to. I'll pick it back up when the new year comes, and we'll see what the app's looking like. We'll see what changes. I'll talk about things. I'll report on things. Things are going to happen with DoorDash, but like the ride-alongs and me showing you these $2 orders or these $20 orders and proving the diamond program is crap, trying to prove other content creators wrong, it's childish. I'm over it. It's stupid. It's really stupid. I'm going to leave that for everybody else that wants to continue to do that kind of stuff. Bet on you set goals one day at a time. That's the main thing on this channel. And I'll use the apps to show you guys my journey. And I feel like we have done that very well on this channel. And I'm going to continue to do that. But I can't do that if I'm focused on DoorDash as much and doing this and doing these experiments and delivering to clowns. It's really kindergarten level to me. I don't want to do that anymore. And there are other people that do it way better than me anyway on YouTube. Go check them out. I'm gonna give you guys some Instacart stuff, some Uber stuff. I'll report on some things. I'll share. We're gonna continue. I got a cool video coming out in the next couple of days about Solo. Big announcement with them. But the DoorDash, I'm just kind of over it. I just am. It's done a lot for me. It's going to continue to do things for me.
Now he's just rambling. Now, people, remember what I said earlier? I said now he has these sponsorships, right? He has these sponsors. Now, we have just seen how Kanye and Kyrie Irving have had all these sponsors just be snatched from them, right? If you are someone that is constantly talking negative about people, constantly, and you have sponsors out there that sponsor you, right? Do you think these sponsors are going to keep putting up with you talking bad about people the whole time? You can have your opinion like Charles Barkley and open your mouth and speak if you know how to do it in the right way, but continuously bashing people when you have sponsors, that's not a good look for your sponsors. So the time away to take a step back, people, he's done it before. He said, I'm really going to do it this time because he did it before and it didn't work. He's going to stop doing ride-alongs and focus on other things. I told you he's still going to do reporting, which is still the stuff. I told you. I am the news. We break it down. I'm about to drop the link for you, TFT, right now, because we're going to get into DoorDash tips, Van, right now also. I'm about to drop this link. But people, you got to understand this stuff. Now, I'm about to bring up DoorDash tips. Let me see, because you know what? I'll bring up my video so I can give myself the view. All right, TFT. Let me go ahead and get this Van. I'm about to put this video of Van up really quick, and then we go get right into it. Let me hit mute.
Go for it.
Yeah.
You are being mean, declining orders. People are starving. You're being selfish. Well, where do I begin, huh? Who's the selfish one, man? You're ordering something and you don't tip the driver. I think the customer is the one being selfish, right? We're doing this for money, man. We're not out here doing charity, man. Gas is expensive. Tires expensive. Oil is expensive. So I think the selfish one's got to be the customer, man.
I got something to say about this. Quit blaming it on the customers. The customers pay your bills. Secondly, why don't you LLC yourself, start your business, and start your own fleet? Chances are you won't do it because you got to pay for your own vehicles. You are your own boss, remember? You got to do gas, oil, and all that stuff anyway. It don't matter. How about you start tipping the UPS guy, the FedEx guy, the DHL guy? Start tipping them when you order something so that you can use for your videos while you're doing your thing. You won't tip them because it's business, right? Get out of here with that stuff, bozo. What's up, TFT? It's on you, my man. Wait, let me see. Wait, TFT, click your mic or something.
Sorry, I'm not. I muted myself. I forgot.
Yeah, go ahead. It's on you.
Yeah, like I was saying, in our case, it's another day, another delivery. Instead of the old saying, another day, another dollar. That guy Van, he gets on my nerves. I see a couple of his shorts, coming up in my recommended stuff, and he's constantly bashing customers, constantly bashing people who may not have the ability to tip much or tip in cash, because they may either don't want to tip in the app because they've heard the stories of DoorDash stealing tips. So they don't know if your Dasher's actually getting it. So they'd rather give it in cash when you get there. I've had 2 of those today. I delivered a single bag of cat food. Bit of a long distance, but the order itself was payout for me was $25, and when I got there, the guy gave me another 10 in cash. He left it at the door for me. So turns out he also happened to be a Dasher, so he knows what it's like. But and I had a lady who husband ordered her just a house salad from Denny's. He It was less than a mile from the Denny's. It was listed in the app at offer for me at $5.16. So that's exactly what I'm going to get. But when I dropped it off to her, we had a little bit of an app issue, and the restaurant got slammed real hard as I was getting in there. So it took a little longer than normal to get a single house salad, which happened. But when I got there, dropped it off, she said, "No worries, thank you, I appreciate it." And she handed me another $5 in cash. So that's
Mm-hmm.
2 tip alerts today alone.
Yeah, and
Not
they
counting
say it
last
don't have
night
to.
and the day before and everything else. Now that's the tipping after or when you're dropping it off. That happens, but it happens on based off of your level of service and communication. If you're not providing excellent service, people are most likely not going to tip you any extra. In fact, they're also probably inclined to give you a bad rating
Mm-hmm.
because they felt you didn't do your job properly because you did not provide good customer service. Yeah, and if you're running around with these mentalities of calling customers clowns, miserable human beings, bozos, despicable people, because they refuse to tip in the app, that negativity you're putting out there is reflected in your customer service, whether you try and hide it or not.
I got a
It's
question
like the
for you,
few people
PFP.
I've had.
Well, let me ask you this,
Huh?
because one of the biggest things, Van is saying that people are like, well, Van is right. He said gas is expensive. He said, well, you can get,
Yes.
he said, you can, like where I go, the highest gas is 505 right now. So in California, you guys don't understand that 505 for the most premium gasoline is not bad at all. You know what I mean? That's not bad right now. But but he said
Yeah.
gas, oil, tires. But my whole thing is this: if you sign a contract to be the contractor, and they say that we do not provide the vehicle, you provide your own vehicle. Why are you going to do the job if you don't want to pay for the maintenance that you would have to pay for your car anyway? Why is that an issue when you already have to pay for those things on your vehicle? If you were going to start your own business and go down to the city, start your own business, and you said that, you know what, I'm gonna put my own vehicle up there as one of the company cars, you still got to pay for that stuff. So why is it that people
Yeah.
use gas and oil and tires for what you already have to do anyway? What do you feel about
Well, it's
that?
because they're trying to find an excuse to not do those orders. They're trying to justify it to themselves. That's pretty much all it is. And they're going to bash the people who aren't tipping or tipping very little because they feel that those people don't understand what we are doing. And if that's their own feelings and thoughts and opinions on it, then as far as I'm concerned, they're in the wrong line of business and they need to go back to a W-2 or go find something else. Because this job is 100% customer service. If you are not at your doing your A game and being at the best you could possibly be, and yes, all businesses have expenses. Doesn't matter if you're a brick and mortar store, an online shop, freaking doing what we're doing in the gig community, working out of your own home. You still have expenses you must pay to run that business, whether it's rent, PG&E, water, sewer, garbage, all that, uh, park costs, whatever. You still have to do all that.
Yep.
Period.
Yep.
So if you do not like doing that stuff, go back to a W-2.
And my thing is this: the W-2 thing. Why did they accept doing gig work? I don't understand how they thought that they were going to get W-2 treatment while being your own business. I don't understand how they thought that was going to come hand in hand. Like I still
That
don't
I,
get
I couldn't
that
tell you
how.
that either.
Yeah, I don't understand how you think it's W-2 but you say you are your own. I don't understand it. It makes me so mad that these people, when they open up their mouths, that's the way it comes out to me, that they want to be a
Mhm.
W-2 while doing this. Well, you need to go back to a W-2 and not do this, because then you don't got to worry
Mhm.
about anything. You can go to HR.
Yeah,
You can go to HR when
you
your
want to
check
be a
is short.
delivery driver or something. You want to be a delivery driver or something. Go work for a pizza place or
Yeah,
another restaurant that actually does their own delivery services, so that you're considered a W-2. Or heck, go work for what is it? AutoZone. They have their own delivery services where they provide you a vehicle.
right,
Or you don't have to put gas in yourself. Well, you do have to put gas in, but you don't have to pay for it. They give you a company card.
right.
Yeah, so it's like then go do that kind of delivery driving. Go work for some of these medical transport companies or the like
LabCorp.
right now couriers where they provide you the vehicles. And the company card to pay for fuel.
Yeah.
Then do that kind of work.
And then check this out.
Yeah,
They're
leave
gonna
these
get
apps
mad.
alone because
They're gonna get
obviously
mad
these
at
aren't
that
for you.
TFT, but they're gonna get mad at that because they ain't gonna be getting that 25 an hour. They gonna be getting like 19 or 20 bucks an hour, and then they go complain about that. But hey, if you use your own vehicle, you can get that
Mhm.
35 to 40. Now there's an issue there. You see, these people don't, man. Go ahead.
That's why I say is like honestly, go do those kind of jobs or go back to a W-2 because this kind of gig life is not for you.
Right. What's up,
Hey,
Ghost?
Ghost, how you doing?
You got to unmute yourself because right now you sound like the air.
You good? Hey, TFT, what's up, HotFacts? I just climbed in. I don't know what's going on. What y'all talking about?
I love it when you come in. Ghost just say, I see a link, and I'm clicking it. It's a lot of scary people out there that are listening and will not click. Ghost says, I don't care what they talking about. We go click
I
the
don't give
link.
a crap what you think about me. I am who I am. I do what I do. And if you don't like me, that's your problem. That's not mine.
We
Damn
talking
straight.
about this. We talking about this right
Uh,
here, Ghost. We talking about how we don't understand how we get these people that do the gig work
Mm-hmm.
and they complain about gas and oil and everything else because they have to spend it themselves, but they don't want to go get the other delivery job where they're paid hourly and you work for the company as a W-2. We're trying to
Okay.
figure out why did they get into this thinking that you're a W-2 also, and like you get W-2 treatment and you your own. We don't get it. So what is your take? Why do they expect W-2 treatment when you are your own business?
Okay. My mindset and my mentality of what you just said is yes, I can go out tomorrow and get a job at FedEx and be a W-2 employee. I can go out and what TFT was saying, go work at Domino's, go work at Pizza Hut and get a W-2. You're still going to make, with tips, doing the same thing, what we're doing right now, but you want that cushion of the W-2 because there's a lot of drivers out here, and correct me if I'm wrong, that are not actually reporting their taxes. They're making good money, and then it comes to the end of the year. Why did I do that? Okay.
Big right there. Are you about to go into that? Because I'm gonna ask you a second part so you can continue with what you're saying now.
Go
Now,
ahead.
I'm just gonna add this in so you can add this into what you're saying. How many drivers out there do you think they just don't do their taxes at all?
I'm going to say about 85%. The drivers that are out here that are actually doing this full time understand. Yes, we live in the United States of America. Yes, there is a government. Yes, we have to pay our taxes on 1099. How many drivers out there right now? It's probably about 90 to 92.5% that are back taxes almost 2.5, maybe 3 years.
Mm.
And that's just my thoughts on it. But I pay my taxes quarterly. I
Mm-hmm.
track my miles. I took advantage in back in July when the government raised the federal cent per mile from what it was. So I'm actually, this year alone, I'm banking right now. We only got 7 more weeks left in this year.
Mm-hmm.
If that, I'm banking close to $85,000 on delivering food.
And you weren't trying to go for a 100K challenge. You were just driving.
No. I'm not doing a 100K challenge. If this last month, the last 4 weeks has brought me pain. I'm driving another vehicle right now because I got a vehicle that's down, and I'm trying to do all the work on it myself. And DoorDash Revolution knows. There's a couple other people here in Memphis. They know about my struggles with my vehicle that I'm trying to fix myself, and it takes time to get the parts. It takes time to get the parts in. I take a day or 2 days trying to fix my car, and I can't get it fixed. You know what I mean? It takes time. So you're losing money in the process. But yes, if I would have had a working vehicle for this entire year, I'd been over $100,000.
Yeah.
But thing is, what people don't understand, and these new dashers, I can go make $500, $600, $700 in a week, still work my job at FedEx, still work my job at the pizza place, whatever. You still have to account for that, but there are tax deductions that you can do that's going to save you.
Mm-hmm.
Where at the end of the year, you're not going to have to pay in. You're going to get a bonus. Even though you're 1099, you can still get a bonus. You can get the federal government paying you.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to go all into the tax laws and everything.
No, we ain't gonna go into any of that. They should have already understood.
What I'm saying, Hot Facts, is I've got a bachelor in tax law. I should have opened my own firm, but I just don't have the means to do it at the moment.
And that's a lot of numbers you got to crunch too.
Oh, it's tons of numbers. And thing is, if you're not being aware in what's going on in the government at that time, things change every day.
Mm-hmm.
But man, Hot Facts, can I change the subject real quick?
Yeah, you got the mic right now. Go ahead. It's Hot Facts.
Okay. So, and DoorDash Revolution can come on here. I know he's watching. And I want to speak on a restaurant here in Collierville, Tennessee, Carrabba's.
Oh,
Okay.
I hear you. That comes out your guys' mouth a lot, man. Is this a good one or a bad one? Carrabba's you talking about?
Carrabba's.
DoorDash Revolution has a story about them at least once or twice a week.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, we got a lot of issues going on with this restaurant here. I've actually been, I've emailed the CEO, Pat Hefner of Carrabba's, and I got a response back and said he's going to look into it. But this restaurant, the employees are so rude. And I went in there last night. I had 4 items. 2 were main courses, so I understand it takes a little bit of time to make those main courses. And then the other 2 were extra bread. That's it. It was the bread dipping trio. I sat in there almost over an hour for that restaurant. The customer contacted me, and I told her, I said, hey, look, I took your order. I'm going to be your driver. I'm going to wait for you. I will get this order, even though I know I'm losing money. I could have declined and took a hit on my acceptance rate, but my acceptance rate is 100%. If I take an order, I'm going to deliver that order. Doesn't matter how long it takes. But these employees in these restaurants, they're getting to a point where they don't want to deal with us. They don't want to look at us because we come in there and that order was, or that order that came in was $19.75 for 6.3 miles. It's going away from my zone where I'm normally at, but I took it. And I was able to talk to the customer, and she says, yes, I've had this issue with this restaurant the last month. Well, I talked to the restaurant manager. He come over to me and he said, hey, you waiting for a DoorDash order? And I said, yes, sir. I was polite. I went in there. I was very nice, everything. And he said, oh, well, the order didn't get put through. And I said, is that your fault or my fault? And he was like, well, sometimes it doesn't come through on the app. I said, but it came through on the app. He goes, yeah, it came through on our tablet that DoorDash gives us for that restaurant. And I said, so the order did go through. Y'all failed to look at it. And, I was talking to DoorDash Revolution when that happened, and there was only 6 people in that store. There was a family of 4 and 2 people in the bar at that time. And I waited that long for a very, very, very simple order. But what I'm getting at here is these restaurants, the employees of these restaurants, they're starting to understand how much money we're actually making. And they're starting to get pissed off at us.
Like I'm having issues with StreamYard.
Oh yeah, no, they're having issues with that, which is why they are short of staff. These people are making more money and they don't have to work in these places anymore. But also what's going on is that, when there's a tablet there, and you work in a certain area and they don't know your name, but they know you are a delivery driver and they know that you are a rude delivery driver. Well, they can be rude with you and play games with you.
Yeah, well, it's like me. I'm not a rude delivery driver. I try to give the best pleasant experience to the restaurant when I walk in. Hey, how are y'all doing? I'm here for this order. Okay, it's not ready yet. I will sit my butt down. I'm not going to be on, TikTok live with my phone blasting, going through videos. I sit there quietly. I wait. And then when I think it's time for that order that should have been done, that's when I make another second appearance to that person. Hey, look, can you give me a ETA on how long this order is going to be? And half the time they sit there and they say, oh, well, no, we don't know. But I've got, I could probably put a few restaurant people. I'm sitting right here in front of Huey's in Germantown, Collierville, and I can go talk to the bar manager and he can tell you stories upon stories of what he sees. And that's coming from a restaurant.
See, and to me, that just all goes into the relations and how you handle your own business.
Yes, sir.
If you're not conducting yourself to where they are respecting you on how you do your business, you're not going to get the respect. And if you have never given that respect and understand how to give it, chances are it's not going to happen to you.
You're not going to get that respect. You have to give respect to receive respect. And, I see it every day. Yes, I only work maybe 1 or 2 markets in my area, but I know how to work the markets.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have to drive, 30, 40 miles to a different market, but it's creating a relationship with the restaurants, which is actually your customer, your third party. So you need to create a relationship with these bartenders, these barmaids, the restaurant employees. Come in there with the highest respect, because you know that these servers that are tending to tables, that they're only getting paid $3.25, maybe $5.25 an hour. They work off tips. We work off tips. If DoorDash drivers would understand that concept, it would be a total different situation. Just because you're a DoorDash driver, just because you're an Uber Eats driver, I'm Uber Eats, I'm Grubhub. Just because we're one of those drivers, we're not entitled, but we have to prove ourselves for quote unquote our business.
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean, come on now.
Yeah. That's what it is.
There we
DoorDash
go.
Revolution, you on? TFT, what's up?
No, that's me. I had to blast my phone with the AC to cool it down, and it started overheating.
Where are you at?
Fresno, California.
Oh, okay. It's cold as hell out here.
Oh, it's like 65 degrees out here right now. But I had the phone sitting in direct sunlight, and you don't like that too much.
Yeah.
Nope.
I've got it moved. That's why I'm at a little bit different angle right now.
Yeah, I hear you. Hey, DoorDash
No,
Revolution. I know you're watching.
I didn't get the.
If I can say this real quick, DoorDash Revolution.
Yeah, go.
I know you're watching the chat. Get on here.
Yeah, I can't say I've had any bad experiences with any of my restaurants like you guys have with that Cabela's, but I feel bad for you guys having to put up with that garbage. No employee, dasher, or anybody should be treated that way.
Well, it's one of those.
I mean, I've stuck up for several.
Yeah, it's like one of those, like last night, and I'm not putting words in DoorDash Revolution's mouth, and that's not what I'm saying, but he has seen that this, the main employee that is the server for that restaurant, she comes to work with a bad attitude. So she feels entitled that she doesn't want to be there, so she's going to put her bad attitude off on everyone. Like I've seen it with this person. I've seen it. The main customers that come in and go to the restaurant and want to sit down and have a meal, she has an attitude. So I'm trying to curve, and that's why I talked to the manager of the store, and I said, hey, guess what? I said, your store's already blasted on YouTube. He goes, my store? I said, yes, sir. I said, Carrabba's in Collierville, Germantown, Tennessee has been blasted on YouTube. And he's like, really? Where's that video? I showed him the video. And what was funny, it was DoorDash Revolution to put the video out, but it was my face on the video. And he's like, oh, I'm definitely going to watch this, and I'm going to let the managers know. So I think I got banned from that restaurant last night. I was nice, but, I had some words to say. I think I got banned from that restaurant because I have not got a Carrabba's order since. And I normally get probably about 7 to 12 Carrabba's orders a day.
Yeah, I mean, if they banned you from the store, that's unfair to you as well. But
well, I'm just trying to bring out the unfairness, not for the store, and not my part, but the customers that order DoorDash. It's not fair to the customer what the store is doing to us DoorDash drivers, us Uber Eats drivers, us Grubhub drivers. It's not fair at all.
Agreed, 100%. That's why I said no driver should be treated that way at any restaurant. Thankfully, I've not had to experience any of that. Every restaurant I've ever been to, the staff, whether they've been having a bad day or not, always seemed to be fairly positive and got me my order in as fast as they possibly could.
Yeah.
So I understand some stores being short-handed and whatnot, and it taking longer. I mean, longest I've ever had to wait on an order myself was about 35 minutes. And that's partly because the store was short-handed.
Man, you come down here in our market, me and DoorDash Revolution's market, you'll be waiting. There's some stores you'll wait 35, 45, 55 minutes.
Yeah, man. Some of those stores are gonna have those waits like that because you just know that place just has that wait. But you gotta also understand that, if different restaurants are kind of doing the same thing to drivers, then that's in the atmosphere That's in the atmosphere, which can only mean one thing. Drivers have a big responsibility when it comes into fixing that. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Without the drivers, the attitude on the other side would not be as high. You
Okay,
know?
so
But some go ahead.
With us drivers, we have to take the middleman, the middle woman, the middleman, whoever you call yourself. We are a liaison for that customer. We are a liaison for that restaurant. So we have to take the middle level, and what we say, is it going to go up or is it going to go down? If it goes down, then the driver is going to, or not the driver, but the customer that's ordering the food is going to look down on you. If we take that level to the next level and then bring it up, come on now.
Yeah, I got you. I got you all the way. This is where, you know, there's a lot of chatter out there all over the United States. You really don't hear this about other places around the world. They kind of got a little bit different. But here in the United States, okay,
it's a dog-eat-dog world.
This is what we hear. And it's a shame that these other places around the world, they don't have the tipping culture that we have here in the U.S. And their drivers don't do these things. But here, where the tipping culture is, you should be tipping all of this and all of that for no reason. These drivers, you know, tend to forget, you know, I am, like you say, the liaison. Liaison is important. That's the person that's about to handle that contract that goes to the consulate for you to get all that stuff signed. And you got to go ahead and do all that. You are the liaison. And there's a lot of people that's why I use the term vendor so often, that people got to understand that when you see the Pepsi guy, the Coke guy, whatever the bread company, they are vendors. They go and check in so that they can see what's going on. So where do I put this? And they go check in. That's why I use the word vendor so much. If these drivers start to see themselves as a vendor, I think it can improve things. But, you know, until they can realize they're a vendor, because a vendor is a real third party, you got to just see yourself as real third party, you know, and you can do that.
Well, hot fact, I used to work for Pepsi, okay? And I would have to go into 7 different areas within Memphis, Tennessee. And I even went out to the naval base up there in Millington, or the Air Force base in Millington, Tennessee. And I would have to stock. So what I would have to do through Pepsi, I've got a full truck. I've got a full 18-wheeler full of product with me at all times. So I have to look at how much stuff is being sold, how much stuff do I need to replenish, and then I have to, as a Pepsi employee, I would have to sit there and say, okay, I don't want the store running out. So I've got to say, okay, I'm going to give you another 24 cases. That way, the next time I come up here for a delivery, you guys are still selling. So, yeah, you know, you have to be a vendor in what you're doing. You have to have that vendor mentality. There's so much more behind what we do every day. And yes, the main thing is customer service. Customer service is key. You've heard me say that before. Customer service is key. If you don't have customer service, go back to your W-2 job. Go get a job at Williams-Sonoma. Go get a job at FedEx or UPS. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm just being real. You know, that's me, and I know how to successfully make orders, and I know how to successfully get repeat orders from customers, and it's just the way I present myself. Yeah, I look like an old man. You know, I got gray in my beard and whatnot, but I am who I am, you know?
Hey, it is what it is. You have morals.
Yes,
your
sir.
ethics are there. all that stuff is there, rock solid. It just seems like we're in the age of no more morals and no more ethics. Everyone is just all, hungry hippo. Let's go ahead, throw elbows at everyone and just go wild. It's crazy because the temperament of the people now, right?
Mhm.
If they had this temperament, let's say back in the 50s, all these people would have been shot. All these people would have been shot back then. Customers would have said, "Don't come on my property. You
They'd
ate
be
their
boom,
food
boom,
once.
boom, boom,
You
boom,
are
boom,
not coming back." It's crazy. Now I got a question for the both of you guys. I
Yes,
did
sir.
a short, and this
Uh,
short is
CST still there?
I put up a short the other day, and it's got about 1,700 views right now. And I was talking to my son before we went to school, and I was asking him, "How safe are you at school?" Right? And he
Mhm.
said, "We're pretty safe." So I said, "You see that they have a sheriff, they have the school, the real school police, right?"
Yeah.
So they have the real school police, and they have the sheriff, and they're there at the guard station to where parents can't even go on the campus to drop off their kids. You gotta drop
Okay.
off your kids, and they have to walk through the things. And when you pull up to the gate, you're either doing a delivery like me, or you have a purpose for being on the campus. You check in with the security, right? Okay. So my son he got 0 period. So you're there before school starts. And it's
Correct.
all the athletic kids, the ones who are doing this and that, and you may have some study
Some
groups,
homeroom kids coming in.
but all these kids are going in at that time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So while they're going in at this time, there's no security guard or anything when you go drop off the kids and the school is open. So
Okay.
I said, think about this, Cameron. I said, I said, they talk about the school shootings and everything. I said, how easy would it be for someone to come on campus right now and then just wait? I said, all they have to do is blend in and stay away from the golf carts. He said, I never thought about that. So he said he was going to ask a teacher whenever they ask a question about safety or something, right?
Yeah.
Then I got a lot of people saying that it's sad that you have to talk to your kids like this. Here is my message for that person there.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad that people won't have talks like that with their kids.
No.
To make sure your kid is aware of everything. That's just going to open up his spidey sense even more. Pay attention to more things. Be more observant. If you don't do these things and these kids get put in situation, he's 15.
Yeah, my daughter's 13.
They about to throw him to the wolves. So while before you throw him to the wolves, you got to have these discussions. You got to have these conversations. And if you don't, you're going to have one of them kids to where the situation goes the other way. You know what I mean?
If I can interject on this, if you put your kids into a situation like that where there's non-security in the beginning, and those kids are people too. They have their own minds, they have their own hearts, they have their own thoughts. Now, once a kid starts getting bullied in school, guess what? His dad's got a couple handguns at home. What doesn't say that kid says, you know what, screw this. I'm not getting treated, fairly. I'm not being safe. So I'm going to put a handgun in my pack and take it to school. That's where with the school, there needs to be security 100%.
Yeah.
We see too many school shootings, but it's one of those that there's kids out there that are coming from a troubled home, or they might be in a lavish home, parents making $2-3 million a year, but the parents are too busy doing their job and giving the kids whatever they want, so the kids think they're entitled, and then they get into a wrong situation. What happens when he picks up or she picks up daddy's handgun and puts it in her backpack and says, well, you know what? I'm going to take matters into my own hand because nothing's getting done. That is where the problem lies.
Yep.
I mean, 100%.
Yep.
That's why I've taken both of my kids out of public school, and my daughter, she's 13, she'll be 14 here in about 2 months, and I homeschool them. They're getting a better education. They're getting a Christian education, but also they're higher up in their classes than what a normal public school would be. And that's just my upbringing. You know, you can debate me on that. That's fine. I have no issues with that. But you know, you got to look out for your own, because you know what, hot facts, when you're dead and gone, I'm dead and gone. Who's there to follow us? How did we teach them? How did we bring them up? Did we bring them up to be the right way? Did we bring them up to think different on different situations? Did we bring them up the criminal way?
Right. Well, this is where parenting comes in, and people, this is when being brother parents, sister parents, best friend parents, all of those type of parents don't work. You can't do that. And this is a great time to go ahead and cut the show, because this is very, very positive right here. If anybody else has anything to say about this, I'm gonna put the link up right now. I'll give you a little bit of time to go ahead. If you have anything to say about this, you can go ahead and what's up, Prof? My boy Prof is in the building, people. That's Prof. That is the producer. He's done beats, E40, Corrupt, Kaz, shoots a lot of videos. A lot of my brother's videos are shot by Prof 310 Profit people, part of TNC. Whenever you guys see me do a T, that's part of my crew, TNC. So gonna eventually get an interview with him on here, talk about some music, talk about some things, and see what we can do video wise to make this Hot Facts channel blow up a little bit more. Go ahead, Ghost.
The only thing that I know you're fixing in the channel and in the show, but the only thing I want to say is every person that's on here watching, every person that's on here in the comments, I wish you all a blessed Thanksgiving. And remember why we're doing Thanksgiving next week. Remember why. Get back to your core, get back to your family, get back to the loved ones that support you, even if they don't support you. This is a time that I think we all need to take that moment and give thanks. Give thanks what you have. Are you in a car?
No.
Do you have a job? Are you making money?
Oh, no. I thought you were talking to me. I'm like, Ghost, you know I'm sitting in front of a desk. I'm like, man, come on now.
No, I ain't talking about you, Hot Facts. But I'm talking to the masses right now. You know what? We all might have our differences. We all might have beefs with GigTube creators and one another. But guess what? You woke up as a man. You woke up as a woman. Sit down and reflect what you have. We have to give thanks where thanks is given.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I'm saying this because Thanksgiving is next week. We're all going to be out here trying to make some money on Thanksgiving. You know, whatever your family has, you know, if you guys got a big meal, guess what? You're going to get up a little earlier. You're going to go out and try to make some money. But don't let that cloud your mind. Have thanks for what you have. Have thanks for your family. Have thanks for your children. Have thanks for your children are going to bring further children for your name and for your family. You know, don't let us get jumbled up in all these politics and policies and all the hatred for each other. You know what? There needs to be a national day for all us gig workers to shut the hell up and just be friends with each other. You know what I mean? You never know what type of friendships you're going to make.
Oh yeah, no, because I'll tell you this, Ghost. If McDonald's and all these other companies had, you know, they would all be failing right now. Oh, speaking of that, oh my goodness, be thankful for your job, people. Yes, because what Ghost is saying is true about this right here. Also, I'm looking at the news. I'm looking at the robots. I'm looking at how these restaurants are doing their thing. White Castle, Jack in the Box, Wendy's. There's a few more fast food chains that are making 3 times the profit on what they were making, because they now have the robots that are slicing all the potatoes and putting them in the fryers. They're showing the robots, the arms do everything. So the robotics is here. And if you go into as a delivery driver, people look at the equipment that they have inside there. You're going to start to see that there's only one person handling one thing just to make sure the machines are doing their thing. So understand, people, that the robotics is here, and these places are making 3 times the profit now because they have the robots doing things, and they just have the maintenance men fix those robots if something happens. That's where the job is going right there. So that when you go get an order, there's going to be pretty much a machine that's already putting everything there, and you're going to have to go and pick them up. Then there's not going to be a worker sitting up there who you can shove their phone and shove your phone in their face. You'll have your phone. You'll probably have to scan it into some device there, and it may open up like Little Caesars to where you can get your order like that. That may be how it is going to do this. Look, my boy, Prop said, look, was telling people this way back in 2006, people. You got to understand what's going on. It's hot facts for a reason. And just know that a lot of these jobs on the inside is going to be run by robots. And then you have to figure out now. Hulk Hogan said it best. What you going to do, brother, when these 24 pythons and all these Hulkamaniacs run wild on you? He wasn't talking about, what happened in the past. He was saying what's going to happen in the future, and saying what you're going to do when Hulkamania runs wild on you. He didn't say what you're going to do when Hulkamania. Look, man, he wasn't playing with that. He said what you're going to do. Now just put this, people, what you're going to do when these robots take all your jobs. And then the only job that you can do is you got to go drop it off. And now you can't even do that. Go ahead, Ghost.
Hot facts. I actually lost a job to a robot. I was a welder for a company called Right Height.
Okay.
Here in South Haven, Mississippi. I can run the prettiest TIG weld. I can run the prettiest Heliarc line. But the robots came in. The company that I worked for bought 4 welding robots, and I lost my job because of that. These robots, yes,
just outproduced, huh? Just outproduced you guys, huh?
They outproduced us. I lost my job from it. Now, what I'm going to say is, yes, robots are key for companies for their profit, not for their employees' profit. So what I'm saying here is, anybody that's listening, if you want to be good at your job, then do it, or you're going to be replaced. if you want to be good and be successful, be good. Give that customer service. It's not the same thing as a robot and delivery drivers, but guess what? Elon Musk might come out with robotic delivery drivers that's going to go and pick up your food and deliver the food, and you're sitting home playing Xbox being like, what the hell just happened?
I've already done a story about, and they are using it on these universities to where there's a robot that actually delivers it from whatever the restaurant is on campus, and the robot actually goes and drops it off. So it's already happening.
It's those little RC cars with the
white
box.
Yep. It is
that
already
information
happening.
is out there. If we do not control what we do on a daily basis for these customers and for the restaurants and for us, if we do not control that and we do not take in pride of what we're doing, then guess what? We're all going to be sitting at home behind a TV or behind a cardboard box underneath the highway.
Yeah, because the only thing a robot can't do is eat the food. Because the only thing a robot can't do is eat the food. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But man, I've got a lot on my mind. You don't even know. I just wish some of these drivers out here would actually take the minute to understand what is going on.
Yes, look, see, Prophet knows they're in Hollywood. They're in downtown LA. Look, they already have these things. They already have them out. So people got to understand when they say, man, this area around here, I'm not making the same money I used to. You know why? Because they ain't got to send it to you. They sent it. The robot got it, and the robot's taking it. So that's what that is there. I want to thank everyone for watching Hot Facts today. If you guys did not catch, if you joined in late, go back and catch the beginning of this. Went in, broke down a little bit of Pedro's video, him saying he's retiring and quitting for a couple weeks or whatever it is. We went over DoorDash tips and how bad he bashes people. And now these guys, we don't know what they're going to do. And we went into school and kids and robotics. We went into taxes, people. We went into business ethics, and we went into a whole lot. We got it in. For those of you who don't know, Hot Facts is much more than a brand. It is the truth behind what you stand for. That is Hot Facts. And also, you guys got to know that Hot Facts goes for 1 hour, but it could go a little further if it does get a little hotter. Everyone that knows Hot Facts, that is the slogan. That is the thing on how we start the show. With that being said, we spoke good right now. We're doing pretty good as a show. We're doing pretty good as we're getting our views. We're almost at a full 1 million views on YouTube in 10 months. If you add up all of social media, because of the video I just put up yesterday, floating around 1.3 million views total on social media in 10 months. So I want to give everyone a big, I'm going to give you guys a round of applause. I want to give all you guys a round of applause because we doing something good. It's positive. I got a good crew. TFT, Go 77, which is right here. DoorDash Revolution. Shout that out, Ghost. You go say something.
And can I do this? Can I end your show? And Chuck Bruley, we say 2 and 2. Y'all have a blessed night.
Yeah, but you did it at the wrong time. I'm about to bring you in. I know what you want to do. You got to do it after this, people. For those of you who watch my show, people, until the next caper.
2 and 2. Have a good night.
No, Ghost, you didn't do it right. Now is when you got to do it. Now you got to do it. You got to tell them this. People, this is what Ghost was about to hit you guys with. In the words of Chuck Woolery, we out of here in
two and two.
And two. Now, people, check this out. Listen to my theme music.
Hot facts with Robert Reese. With Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Hot facts. Come and get them hot facts. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Come and get them hot facts. Come and get them hot facts. Come and get them hot facts with Robert Reese. Hot facts. Robert Reese. Hot facts. Hot facts. Robert Reese. Hot facts. Gig economy. Robert Reese. News channel. Gig economy. News channel. Hot facts with Robert Reese. Hot facts with Robert Reese. Hot facts. 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 Hot facts.